Greetings, gang. Welcome to lecture number 60, Organic Chemistry, Part 5. This short lecture, I'm going to just say a couple words about functional groups and tell you what I want you to know. There's many functional groups, and we're just going to mention a few just so you have an idea, and maybe I can ask one or two on the test. Okay, so pay attention. I'm not going to make it too complicated because it gets very in-depth and very messy. The reason I'm mentioning this is because in the lab, the last lab has to do with organic chemistry, and there's a lot of mention of functional groups. Okay, so let's look. Functional groups, FG, if you like. So specific atoms bonded in a certain arrangement that give a compound certain physical and chemical properties. Okay, so this is what the functional group will be, and I'll identify them. Okay, the first thing I want to do, because I know it's close to your heart and close to my heart, are alcohols. Okay, the functional group for alcohol is this OH. Remember, O, oxygen, is in group 6A, so it has 6 valence electrons. It wants to make 2 bonds. One of those bonds it's going to make is with an hydrogen. The other bond it's going to make with an alkyl group. Okay, it's going to make with an alkyl. So let's see what I'm talking about. So suppose I put a methyl with the OH, right? CH3 is methyl. This would be called methyl alcohol or methanol. Methanol. What if I put an ethyl with the OH functional group? This would be ethyl alcohol. Real tough, right? Ethyl alcohol or ethanol. I think most of you have heard of ethanol. Good to drink. Okay, suppose I put C4H9. Well, that's propyl. Propanol. Propyl alcohol, propanol. You know that rubbing alcohol is propanol, isopropyl alcohol. Okay, iso because they put the propyl, they put the OH group in the middle, I think. So propanol or propyl alcohol is rubbing alcohol that you put. Remember when it evaporates, it cools, right? Evaporation is a cooling process. All right, another example. All right, C5H11. We know that's pentyl, so this is pentyl alcohol or pentanol. Okay, and again, we could have hexanol, decanol, nonanol, or nonal alcohol, or heptyl alcohol, and so forth. You just put the alkyl group with the OH. Oops, see? I forgot the OH. OH. Okay, without that, that's just pentyl, right? But I need the OH. So C5H11OH. OH is the functional group. Yes? Functional group makes it an alcohol. Pentyl alcohol, propyl alcohol, ethyl alcohol, methyl alcohol, methanol, ethanol, propanol, pentanol. You got it. Again, let's look at one or two others just to show you, give an example of other functional groups besides our favorite, alcohol. Okay, ethers, not esters, ethers. Okay, ethers are a class of organic compounds characterized by an oxygen atom connected by 2 alkyl groups, or it could be aryl groups. Remember what an alkyl group was. Do you remember what that was? Alkyl is an alkane taking away 1 hydrogen, right? So, for example, I'm going to erase up here. Remember, try to remember, if I had methyl, methyl was a methane. That's methane, remember? Take away, right? That's CH4. Take away 1H, we have CH3. Remember that? So when you take away 1 hydrogen from an alkane, we get the alkyls, right? Methyl. And then we had benzene, C6H5. Remember, at every corner here, we're not drawing it, but I'll draw it, is an H. Okay, and I'll put a double bond somewhere just so you remember this double bond. So this C6H6 is benzene. If we take one of these H's away, we have C6H5. So it wants to make a bond. That's called an aryl group. We're not going to deal with that. I didn't deal with that. As I said, remember we're doing baby organic chemistry. We're just touching the surface just to get some understanding. So I will not be asking you any questions about the aryls or anything like that. So uh, the ethers, a class of organic compounds by an oxygen atom connected by two. Let's do R and R prime. So let's just stick with the alkyl groups. Okay, so for example, if I put C2H5 and I put a CH3, well, that's an ethyl and a methyl, right? So this is ethyl methyl ether. See, not that hard. What if I put C6H13 bonded to the oxygen and a C5H11 bonded to this oxygen? Well, my functional group is this oxygen, right? That's my functional group. All right. So what do I have? I have hexyl and I have pentyl. Hexyl, pentyl, ether. Okay. So the ether is characterized by this oxygen, and for us, with two alkyl groups. Okay, no tricks, very straightforward. And then I'm just going to mention, everybody's heard of things like formaldehyde, right? Formaldehyde is that smelly, horrible organic substance that's very carcinogenic, really cancer causing, that usually you see in doctor's office or biologist's office, and they preserve fetuses or dead frogs or whatever, dead pigs, whatever the hell everybody's preserving. So you use formaldehyde. So let's talk about aldehydes and ketones just for a second. The functional groups for both of these aldehydes and ketones is the so-called carbonyl group. Its carbonyl group is the C with a double bond with O. Remember, carbon wants to make 4 bonds. It's in group 4A. Oxygen, group 6A, makes 2 bonds. So the oxygen is saturated, right? So this thing looks like this. It's a double bond with oxygen, and now the carbon still has 2 free bonds, right? Still has 2 free bonds, okay? All right. Well, a ketone is that oxygen with the 2 free bonds connecting to 2 alkyls. Okay, so you could have methyl, ethyl and methyl, propyl and hexyl, doesn't matter. So you'd have 2 alkyls, double bond connected to this double bonded oxygen. Okay, carbon. Sorry, there's a carbon there. Oops, that's carbon, right? Making 4 bonds. The other thing you could do is put the carbon with one alkyl and the other with a hydrogen. Okay, so if I did CH3 and C2H5, right, this would be an ethyl methyl ketone. Ethyl methyl ketone, right? 2 alkyls. If, let's just say I take that away and I put an H here, okay? If I put this would be an ethyl aldehyde. Ethyl aldehyde, right? Ethyl aldehyde. If I replace the ethyl with a C7H15, right? C7H15 is what? Do you remember? That's heptyl. So this would be heptyl aldehyde. Okay. Once again, I am not going to ask a lot of questions on the functional groups. I want you to be familiar in case you do the when you look at the last lab and have some idea of what a functional group is. Okay. There's also esters and carboxylic acids. There's many other functional groups. But for us, be aware of alcohol, which I'm sure you are, is OH. So whenever you see an OH, be suspicious. It's probably an alcohol. Okay. The ethers are characterized by an oxygen with two alkyls, ethyl, methyl, or whatever you have, hexyl, pentyl, so forth. And the aldehydes and ketones have this functional group, double bonded carbon with oxygen, the carbonyl group, and this has 2. The ketones have 2 alkyls, and the aldehyde has 1 alkyl. and a hydrogen. Okay. Again, I don't want you to freak out over this stuff. This is plenty to cover. We've done enough organic chemistry. Okay, this is enough for now. Um, what I'll do in the future is we'll start reviewing. I'll do reviews of uh, chemistry. I'll do some review videos, and then we'll do some videos reviewing organic chemistry. Okay, so we can go over some things, and you can test yourself. Okay, I think you've got this down. All right. So do not panic about functional groups. All right. You should know about the alkanes, alkenes, alkynes, alkyls. Find the longest chain, look for the double bond, triple bond, count the substitutions, figure out, all that stuff. Really, it's just a puzzle. It's just a puzzle. Make it fun. Okay. Don't stress this stuff. All right. So we've done that. We did the aromatics, the benzene rings, right, with certain substitutions. Again, usually we number the substitutions. If there's more than two, we number them. If there's two, we could number the substitutions 1,2 dimethyl, benzene, or we could call it whatever. We can call it toluene, etc. And if there's just two substitutions, we can use the para, meta, ortho nomenclature. But in general, we like to number the aromatics with numbers, okay, 1, 2, 3, whatever, okay, and then we find the lowest combination of numbers. All right, so you have enough to study for now. Good luck, take care, be well, stay safe. See you next time. Peace.